Pacers on parade for the opener. Here they are. Number 1 is WJ Rocket, owned by Everest, Campbell, and Moreland with Mike Wilder. The 2 is Deborah Smith's Chet's Lust of Life and Dean Collins. Number 3 is Tucson Medalist, owned by Walter Earl Allison with Rick Dingledine. The 4 is Carbo Trap, owned by Michael Fisher with Paul Ungerschik. Number 5 is Navy Seals, owned by Thomas Gregory and Theodore Gregory with Kevin Sizer. Number 6 is Robert Deal's All-American Gunner and Jeff Fout. 7 is the Falcon Factor, owned by Robert Grover with Jody Essig. The 8 is out. The 9 is Wild Red Reed, owned by Dan and Earl Ader with Dan Ader in the bike. And from the second tier comes the 10, Looks Like Lindy, owned by Bergano and Lees with Randy Tharps. They're off in pacing. It was an even start. Off stride goes Wild Red Reed, and from the inside, that's Tucson Medalist who shoots out to grab command, quickly overtaken on the outside by All-American Gunner, and All-American Gunner from the center takes over. Tucson Medalist caught on the outside, Deborah J. Rockets at the cones, gap of 5 lengths back. Chet's Lust of Life is racing in 4th. Looks Like Lindy is 5th. Carbo Trap looking for a seat in 6th. Navy Seals caught out there 3 deep in 7th, followed by the Falcon Factor who comes through at the cones, gap of 10 back to Wild Red Reed. They're by the opening quarter in 28 3/5, and passing the stands for the first time. It's Jeff Fout and All-American Gunner. They show the way. They have it by 2 lengths. WJ Rocket is second by the same. Tucson Medalist is third. 2.5 Chet's Lust of Life. Randy Tharps and Looks Like Lindy are first up. 2 lengths by the back to the Falcon Factor. 2.5 to Carbo Trap, who's unhurried, about 10 off the pace. 3 more to Navy Seals and 7 more to Wild Red Reed. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's All-American Gunner. All-American Gunner continues on the front end. WJ Rocket is second. Tucson Medalist Looks Like Lindy is first up in a minute flat. Heading up the backside, All-American Gunner extends to 2. WJ Rocket is second. Looks Like Lindy the outside third and rolling up. Tucson Medalist gaps along the inside 4th. Second over with pace is the Falcon Factor from 5th with 3/8 remaining. Carbo Trap is into the outer flow. Chet's Lust of Life is not doing enough. Gap is 7 lengths back to Navy Seals, who's being overtaken on the outside by Wild Red Reed. And All-American Gunner takes him into the far turn with a 2-length lead. Takes him to 3/4 in 1:29 4. Moving to the top of the stretch, it's All-American Gunner by 2. WJ Rocket comes back at the inside to reclaim second. Looks Like Lindy is under the whip, but not responding in third. Gap of 1.5 back to the Falcon Factor at the rail. They're in the stretch. It's All-American Gunner trying to take him all the way. WJ Rocket angles out for the stretch stride. The Falcon Factor is closing at the inside. All-American Gunner has something left, though. It's All-American Gunner, WJ Rocket, and the 10 Looks Like Lindy hanging in for third. First win for All-American Gunner, 3-year-old son of Presidential Ball from First Legacy by Annihilator, owned by Robert Deal of Chillicothe, trained by Jerry Kutchback. Winning driver is Jeff Fout, picking up the win in 2 minutes flat, and it's official. Scratch 9-3. Second race, exacta, trifecta, second half of the double, no changes, 12 minutes to post time at 7:08. Please wager early, owned by Kenneth Miller with Sean McAleese. The 2 is Scootin' Cloud, owned by Dennis Hertz with Ryan Holton. 3, Busy Faye, is owned by David Franklin with Roy Wilson. Number 4 is She Loves Me Not, owned by Farquhar and Sprint with Jody Essig. The 5 is RC's Carry, owned by S.O. Hathaway Jr. with Mike Wilder. 6 is James Peterson's ER Medusa, he drives. 7 is Raquel Bogart, owned by David Gregory Morgan. David Morgan is the driver. 8 is Sass Me Not, owned by Edmund Cresty with Brad Hanners. The 9, Cam's Last, is owned by White Creek Stable with Jeff Fout. And the 10 is L, owned by Michael Graney with Bill Walters in the bike. Post time. They're in the backstretch and approaching the start. They're off and pacing. RC's Carry is out fast for the lead with Scoot and Cloud from the inside. Cam's last from way out wide. Please Wager Early gets away fourth. She Loves Me Not between horses fifth. ER Medusa's out there sixth. L along the inside is seventh. Gap of two back to Busy Fay. And then it's another 2 lengths back to Sass Me Not. Way behind is Raquel Bogart. She is still off stride as they move to the top of the stretch for the first time. Cam's last on the inside. Scoot and Cloud driving up on the outside. She Loves Me Not is also into the outer flow early. They're by the opening quarter in 29 seconds flat. Passing the stands for the first time. And Scoot and Cloud and Ryan Holton take over command. Quickly being joined on the outside by She Loves Me Not. Cam's last is back to third. Gap of 2 outside. L is underway from fourth and now grabs the cover of She Loves Me Not. Then it's 2 lengths farther back to the inside. RC's Carry's been relegated to fifth alongside Please Wager Early. Gap of 2 to ER Medusa. 3 more to Busy Fay. 2 more to Sass Me Not. And now Raquel Bogart is back pacing, but about 1/8 of a mile behind. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Scoot and Cloud on top, 3/4 of a length. Prompted on the outside by She Loves Me Not through a half in 59 3. And as they head up the backstretch, it's Scoot and Cloud on top. She Loves Me Not. There goes L and Bill Walters. They're up 3 wide and after the lead. Cam's last, just behind them fourth. Gap of 2 back. Please Wager Early alongside is fifth. Back to the inside to RC's Carry. 2 more ER Medusa, followed by Busy Fay. Gap of 5, Sass Me Not. As they make their way down the backstretch and head for 3/4. Scoot and Cloud on the inside as another challenger. This time it's L. Those two are together in 1:29 1. They move to the top of the stretch. Scoot and Cloud on the inside, L on the outside. Now L takes over command. Scoot and Cloud is battling back, maintains the rail. 2 back to Cam's last third. Gap of 5 lengths farther back to RC's Carry and ER Medusa there in the stretch. Scoot and Cloud on the inside. L continues to close on the outside. She's starting to drift a bit. Gap of 5 back to Cam's last with Darcy's Carry and ER Medusa. It's Scoot and Cloud on top. L is drifting wide. Scoot and Cloud gets the job done. L is second again, and ER Medusa was third. Scoot and Cloud back in the winner's circle. First time for the 3-year-old daughter, a direct scooter from Mushroom Cloud by No Nukes, owned by Dennis Hertz of Columbus, trained by Larry Coder, with Ryan Holton in the bike. 2 minutes flat. Number 1 is Corky's Muffler Red, owned by Paul Edwards, with Brad Hanners in the bike. The 2 is No More Cheryl's, owned by Albert Van Schaik with Jody Essig. Number 3 is Max Philly, owned by Jack McDonald with Terry Thompson Jr. The 4 is Josephine, owned by Bob Griffith with Sandy Beatty. Number 5 is Cinderella, owned by Rankin, Weisenberg, and Ellicott Shaker Motors. Kevin Sizer is the driver. Number 6, Noble Punkin, is owned by Klotz, Ballinger, Klotz, and Dar, Mark Klotz. 7 is Mantha's Love, owned by Sam Bowie with Jeff Font. The 8 is Dare You Go, owned by Melissa Levon with Mike Wilder. Number 9 is Patiwa Creek, owned by Bowling, Ricks, and Hayner, Bill Walters. And the 10 is Cowboy Magic, owned by Robert Boggs with Dan Ader in the bike. That's your field, and you have just... They're straightening away in the backstretch. Full field of 10. There they go. They're off and pacing. Josephine is out fast to the lead with Max Philly to her inside, and alongside is Cinderella. So they race into the far turn the first time. It's Josephine who grabs command. Cinderella is moving up on the outside second. Gap of 3. Max Philly is third. Mantha's Love the outside fourth. No More Cheryl's is fifth by 2, followed by Corky's Mufflerette. Gap of 2 back to Cowboy Magic. 3 more to Noble Punkin. Just in behind that one, we have Dare You Go with Patiwa Creek as they make their way to the top of the stretch. And they're by the opening quarter in a quick 27 3/5, passing the stands for the first time. And Josephine, intent on the lead, puts Cinderella in the pocket. 2 back, Max Philly is third. Mantha's Love inching up on the outside fourth, giving cover to No More Cheryl's from fifth. Corky's Mufflerette is next in sixth. Gap of 2 back to Cowboy Magic. Then it's a gap of 5 back to the trailing trifecta, Noble Punkin, Dare You Go, and Patiwa Creek. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Sandy Beatty and Josephine. They've got the lead from Cinderella. Mantha's Love just 2 off the pace in third. Back to the inside is Max Philly fourth and 58-4. Pretty leisurely, 31-1 on the second split for Josephine, who leads him up the backstretch. Mantha's Love now in his second. Cinderella begins to gap at the inside third. No More Cheryl's alongside is racing in fourth. Max Philly is fifth. Third over Corky's Mufflerette from sixth. Length and a half Cowboy Magic is getting jammed up on the outside seventh. Followed to the inside by Dare You Go, Noble Pumpkin, and far out of it is Patiwa Creek. They're into the far turn, and Josephine's trying to take them all the way. Here's No More Cheryl's 3 wide into second. Mantha's Love not making much progress. Noble Pumpkin's tightened in. 3/4 and 1, 28-2. Moving to the top of the stretch, Josephine's been calling all the shots. She's got it by a length and a half. Noble Pumpkin, Mantha's Love, way out wide is No More Cheryl's with Corky's Mufflerette, and they're in the stretch. It's Josephine with the lead. Josephine by a length, Cinderella to the inside. Outside is Mantha's Love with No More Cheryl's. Josephine is game. Cinderella is closing, but it's Josephine. Cinderella tight for third between No More Cheryl's and Mantha's Love. Starts 158-2. 5-year-old daughter of Shannon Traffic from Jahan by Brave Leader. Owned by Bob Griffith of Georgetown, Kentucky. Robert Burns, the trainer. Hugh Sandy Beatty Jr. is in the bike. $67 to win. 4-5 exacted, 246.20. Super 4-5, 2-7, 4,009, 36.20. Three Lady Westgate parades last. Here's the field. The 1 is Odyssey Hall, owned by Debbie Geiler with Sandy Beatty. 2 is Pracavan, owned by Lawrence Long with Bill Long Jr. 3 will be out in a moment. The 4 is Diamond in May, owned by Snelling, Holton, Weber, and Weber. The driver is Terry Holton. 5 is Jimin, owned and driven by Terry Milhone. 6, Dust Between My Toes, is owned by Wayne Weaver with Jeff Fowd. Number 7 is Cyclonic, owned by Franz III, and Purdy. Marvin Purdy is the driver. 4 minutes until post time. Post time is in 4 minutes. They're off and trotting. Odyssey Hall a bit slow at the start. Spots the field 2.5. Diamond in May is out fast with Lady Westgate shooting through between horses and Pracavan towards the inside. A length and a half back to Jimin Racing in fourth alongside. Cyclonic drives up from fifth. Gap at 2, Dust Between My Toes. Then about 10 lengths back to Odyssey Hall, who did break stride now and is about a 16th behind. Moving to the top of the stretch for the first time, it's Pracavan who goes on with it. Pracavan has the lead by a length and a half. Lady Westgate wants no part of that challenge and is back in the pocket as they pass the opening quarter in 28 3/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Pracavan on top. Pracavan a length and a half. Lady Westgate is snug second. Cyclonic is caught on the outside third and going forward. Next up, it's Diamond in May racing in fourth to the inside. Length and a half back to Jimin, followed by Dust Between My Toes. They're only covered by 5, and the leader is off stride. Pracavan is on a break. Pracavan off stride into the inside. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Cyclonic from the outside who takes over command, opens up by 3. Diamond in May is racing in second. Gap at 2 back. Lady Westgate didn't come out of that well before, and she's racing in third. 59-4, 31-1 on the second split as they head up the backside, and Cyclonic gets a chance to steal this one, has it by 2. There goes Lady Westgate. She's in gear on the outside second. Diamond in May is third. Dust Between My Toes being asked for more on the outside fourth. Back to the inside is Jimin. Then it's a long gap of 10 lengths back to Pracavan, and far out of it is Odyssey Hall. 3/4 up in 130 flat. They move to the top of the stretch. Lady Westgate takes over, sprints clear by 5. Diamond in May is second. Back to the inside. Cyclonic's all done in third. Outside Dust Between My Toes with Jimin, but they cannot touch Lady Westgate in here. Lady Westgate turns for home with an 8-length lead. Diamond in May into second. On the outside, that's Dust Between My Toes closing into third with a tired Cyclonic. But Lady Westgate trotting strong to the wire. It's Lady Westgate by 7 lengths. Diamond in May, Dust Between My Toes, and Jimin was fourth. 3-4 exact, 1180. Try 3-4-6, 7780. Back in the winner's circle, 3 Lady Westgate. Second win of the season for the 3-year-old daughter of Westgate Crown from Cry Mercy by Baltic Speed. Is owned by Gauguin Glass Collins, partnership of Moncton, New Brunswick. Danny Collins, the trainer. Kevin Sizer, the driver. 2 minutes and 2/5. Here they are for the 5th. The 1 is out. The 2 is Bobby John, owned by Linda Rankin with Kevin Sizer. 2 Ryan's Future is owned by Charles Stovall with Jack Daly. The 4 is Isaiah 4031, owned by James William Scruta with Tom Brinkerhoff. 5 Maverick Sabra is owned by H.K. Huffer with Ken Huffer in the bike. The 6 is New Millennium, owned by Reed and Nestor with Randy Tharps. The 7 is Regent Hall, owned by Hoffler Brothers Stable with Jeff Fout. The 8 is Caviar Boston, owned by Judith and Clarence Chaffee Jr. with Del S. Miller. From the outside is the 9 It's About Money, owned by Arlington Rhodes Jr., Brad Hanners. And number 10 is Fun Time Buddy Boy, owned by FTF Incorporated, and Bob Harper is the reinsman. 3 2-year-old straighten away in the backstretch, and there they go. They're off. That was the 8 Caviar Boston, who went to his knees, is back up but off stride. Around the far turn the first time, and from the outside it's New Millennium who grabs command. Alongside Regent Hall is 4 deep in second, with Bobby John third. Ryan's Future alongside is fourth, and now off stride goes New Millennium. New Millennium makes a bad break. Moving to the top of the stretch, it's Bobby John who grabs the lead. Bobby John has it by 2. Funtime Buddy Boy scoots through in second, followed by Ryan's Future, far outside Regent Hall. They're by the quarter in 28 3/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Sizer and Bobby John. They've got the lead 3 parts quickly. Here's Fountain, Regent Hall. From the outside, they take over, and Bobby John concedes to race in second. Funtime Bunny Boy is racing in third. Gap of 2 back to Ryan's Future fourth. 3 more to the outside. New Millennium recovers with the saddle pad that was just lost there as they round the turn on their way to the half-mile pole. It's Regent Hall. Regent Hall on top, but quickly from the outside, Bobby John retakes. Bobby John, Regent Hall. Outside is New Millennium, 59 2 for the half. Heading up the backside, and from the outside, New Millennium takes over and has the lead by 2 lengths. Racing in second, that's Bobby John. 2 lengths farther back, Regent Hall is third. Gap of 3, Funtime Buddy Boy is fourth. Then it's 3 more back to Ryan's Future. 2 more to the outside is Maverick Sabra. Just to his inside is It's About Money. Then it's a gap of 5 lengths farther back to Isaiah 4031, who's not doing enough. And far, far out of it is Caviar Boston. They're at the 3/4 in 1:29 3, and they move to the top of the stretch, and Randy Tharps and New Millennium continue to show the way. Bobby John in hot pursuit in second, and that one angles to the outside. Regent Hall is farther back in third. Gap of 2 to Funtime Buddy Boy. They're in the stretch. It's New Millennium on top. Outside, here comes Bobby John. Way out wide is Regent Hall with a late bid. From the inside, it's New Millennium. Bobby John, way out wide. Regent Hall is coming. Best of all, Regent Hall, Bobby John, and New Millennium third. It mattered. Debuts impressively in 2 minutes flat. 2-year-old Bay Colt by Cam Best from Rain Kiss by Falcon Elmhurst is owned by Hoffler Brothers Stable of Sunbury, North Carolina. Winning trainer is Bruce Walls. Jeff Fouts in the bike for this one. First lifetime win for Regent Hall. Here they are for the 6th. The 1 is Betsy A Can, owned by Brenda and Eric Peepus with Bill Long Jr. The 2 is KD's Bread, owned by Clarence DeLong with Bob Harper. 3, Scott Rudnick's Call the Weatherman and Kevin Sizer. The 4 is Ain't Looking Back, owned by Sturgill Pollock, Baker and Baker, Mike Wilder. Number 5 is Mercer Lane Little Guy, owned by Derek Peterman with Ryan Holton. The 6 horse is Reynolds Hanover, owned by Randy White with Jeff Fout. 7 is San Best to Sam, owned by Dan Kozad with Jack Daly. The 8 is Nuclear Eclipse, owned by Kane Kaufman with Randy Tharps. Number 9, What Am I Worth, owned by David Stratton with Jody Essig. And the 10 is Sweet and Dandy, owned by Neil Long and Kyrian Farms with Brad Hanner. Full field of 10 claiming pacers make their way into the backstretch for the start of the 6th. And There they go. And they're off. It's KD's Brett out fast to the lead with Mercer Lane, little guy from alongside, and Nuclear Eclipse from way out wide. Sweet and Dandy gets away fourth. Bets You Can is fifth. Call the Weatherman settles into six, followed by 8 looking back. Gap of 3 to Reynolds Hanover, 2.5 to Sandbest to Sam. And What Am I Worth? Field covered by a dozen as they move to the top of the stretch. Bets You Can on the inside quickly. Here's Nuclear Eclipse and Randy Tharps on the outside to take over command. Sweet and Dandy is third, followed by Bets You Can in fourth as they drive past the opening quarter in 28 3/5. Passing the stands on the inside, it's Nuclear Eclipse. Now here comes KD's Brett and Bob Harper to retake, and KD's Brett takes over command yet again under the wire with 5/8 to go. Nuclear Eclipse is second, Sweet and Dandy third. There's Bets You Can first up from fourth. Call the Weatherman is locked in fifth. Second over Mercer Lane, little guy. Third over is Ain't Looking Back, followed by Reynolds Hanover. Then it's Sandbest to Sam and What Am I Worth? Double-tiered, 5 in and 5 out as they pass the halftime with KD's Brett showing the way in 59 3. KD's Brett has it by a length. Along the inside, Nuclear Eclipse is second. Bets You Can is still there on the outside. Third, Sweet and Dandy is fourth. Second over, Mercer Lane, little guy from fifth. There goes Wilder, 3 wide with Ain't Looking Back, and he's not making much progress right now. He's only 3 off the pace, though. Call the Weatherman is locked in alongside Reynolds Hanover's into the 3 wide flow, followed by What Am I Worth? And Sandbest to Sam. Now only about 6 lengths cover the field. And KD's Brett continues on the lead. 1:30 flat for 3/4. KD's Brett a length and a half. Nuclear Eclipse been there all the way in second. Bets You Can hanging a game third. Second over Mercer Lane, little guy only 3 off the pace. Sweet and Dandy, What Am I Worth? Ain't Looking Back, didn't have anything there in the stretch. It's KD's Brett on top. Nuclear Eclipse to the inside. Bets You Can is all done. Way out wide is Mercer Lane, little guy. As they come down the wire, it's KD's Brett. KD's Brett. Nuclear Eclipse. Bets You Can third. KD's Brett is back in the winner's circle. There's a 4-year-old son of Gypsy Brett from KD's Monte Lisa by Nero. Owned by Clarence DeLong, trained by Daryl Hooser with Bob Harper in the bike, 4th win of the season, 158-1. And the pick 3 of 3, $56.80. Seventh. 1 is Sundown Score, owned by Paul and Patricia Phillips with Brad Handers. The 2 is Ada Sonata, under lease to the Gusty stable with Joe Pavia Jr. 3 is Coulter, owned by Dean Davis and James Snyder with Jeff Font. The 4 is Bullish Market, owned by 3 Horsemen Stables Incorporated with Jody Essig. 5 is R. Vinny Low, owned by Burke, Star Jr. and Burke with Randy Tharps. 6 is Triple J's Sly, owned by Joseph Urigan with Sandy Beatty. And the 7, Matt and Zeke, owned by Roy Mac Davis with Kevin Sizer. Just 4 minutes until post. And there they go. And they're off and trotting. And it's our Vinny Low out fast the lead with Matt and Zeke from alongside. Then it's Coulter and up close third. From the inside, Sundown Score gets away fourth. Next up, it's Ada Sonata fifth, 2.5 back to Bullish Market and Triple J Sly as they move to the top of the stretch for the first time. And Matt and Zeke and Kevin Sizer grab the lead. They open up by 2 lengths. Our Vinny Low is second by the same, that's Sundown Score third. Ada Sonata is fourth. Next is Coulter with Bullish Market and Triple J's Sly. They're by the opening quarter in 28-3, passing the stands for the first time, and it's Matt and Zeke in command. Matt and Zeke has it by 2 lengths. Our Vinny Low is second by the same. Sundown Score is third. Ada Sonata is fourth. Next up is Coulter, followed by Bullish Market and Triple J Sly. And there goes Sundown Score to get the outer flow moving from the 3-hole up to challenge Matt and Zeke around the turn of the half-mile pole. It's Matt and Zeke in charge. Matt and Zeke has it by a length and a half. Our Vinny Low in the pocket second. Sundown Score first up from third. Second over is Ada Sonata fourth. And they're by halftime in 59-4. 31-1 on the second split, and Matt and Zeke leads them up the backside, has it 3 parts of a length. Pressure on the outside from Sundown Score into second. To the inside, our Vinny Low is a snug third. Alongside, second over is Ada Sonata fourth, with Triple J Sly locked in fifth. Next up, it's Coulter. And at the tail end is Bullish Market. 3 in and 4 out as they make their way into the far turn and approach 3/4. They're there in 1:30-1. Moving to the top of the stretch, Matt and Zeke is trying to make every pole a winning one. Has it by a half. Sundown Score on the outside is tiring just a bit in second. Pavia sends Ada Sonata 3 wide from third, with Arvinilo just in behind. The leaders in fourth. They're in the stretch. It's Matt and Zeke on top. Matt and Zeke by a length. Here's Ada Sonata closing well in the center of the course. Arvinilo shakes loose up the inside. Late move Coulter, but it's Ada Sonata coming on for the win. Arvinilo is second, Coulter third. So the fourth trip to the winner's circle this season for Ada Sonata, a 5-year-old son of Baltic Sonata from Fundy Wins Ada by Horton Hanover, under lease to the Gusty Stables of Rolling Hills Estates, California. Debbie Boudon, the trainer. Joe Pavia Jr. in the bike for this win, 1:59-2. Here's your rundown. Sundown Score 7th. Ada Sonata the winner. Coulter was 3rd. Bullish Market was 5th. Arvinilo 2nd. Triple J's Sly was 6th. And Madden Zeke was 4th. 7-1-3-5-2-6-4. Upcoming 8th race, pick 3 exact and trifecta wagering. Post time is in 13 minutes at 9:01. Here they are for the 8th race. Number 1 is Camvolo, owned by Gottel and Wenzel. Brad Hanner's the driver. 2 is Magic Laugh, owned by Earl Zerfus Jr. with Walter Ferguson Jr. 3 is Carolina Rich, owned by John and Carol Williams with Kevin Sizer in the bike. Number 4, Blue Lick Road, is owned by Larry Richardson with Mike Wilder. The 5 is Young America, owned by Iris Horowitz with Debbie Rucker. 6, He's a Hot One, is owned by Leonard Buckner with Tom Brinkerhoff. The 7 is Expensive Dude, owned by Francis and Milton Schloss with Dave Rankin. The 8 is Amazing Trick, owned by Jolliffe, Kearns, Weber and Weber, Ryan Holton. And number 9 is Little KG, owned by Keith and Donna Ross with Bob Harper. Less than 4 minutes until post time. Post time less than 4. Straightening away in the backstretch, and there they go. And they're off and pacing, and it's Magic Laugh out fast to the lead from alongside his Blue Lick Road. Expensive Dude caught 3 deep there as they race around the far turn and scramble for early command. It's Expensive Dude from way out wide who pokes the nose in front. Blue Lick Road between horses second. Magic Laugh is third. None of them giving way. 3 lengths farther back, Camvolo is fourth. Another 3 back to Carolina Rich, followed by Little KG. Another 2 back to Young America, followed by Amazing Trick, and He's a Hot One. They move past the opening quarter in 27 2/5, and as they pass the stands, it's still Expensive Dude trying to work for the top. Now clears off. Expensive Dude having a rough time of it there, has the lead by a length and a half. Blue Lick Road and Wilder are out to retake. 2 lengths back. Magic Laugh is third. 2 more Camvolo fourth. Next up is Carolina Rich from fifth, followed by Little KG. Gap a 3 back to Young America as they race around the turn to the half-mile pole. And on top of the field, it's Blue Lick Road. Blue Lick Road has it 3 parts of a length in 57 seconds flat. Blue Lick Road being pressured on the outside by Magic Laugh, followed by Expensive Dude in the pocket third. On the outside, Carolina Rich is second over, now tipping out 3 wide with pace from fourth. Camvolo's locked in fifth, followed by Little KG in sixth. Gap of 2 lengths back to Young America, who's being passed on the outside by Amazing Trick, and 5 more back to He's a Hot One. And Carolina Rich takes over command. Blue Lick Road is tough and fighting back. 3/4 in 1, 26-1. And they move to the top of the stretch. Blue Lick Road on the inside. Carolina Rich on the outside. Those 2 slug it out there nose to nose for the lead. Expensive Dude is in the pocket third alongside his Little KG with Camvolo way out wide, and they're in the stretch. It's Blue Lick Road on the inside. Here's Carolina Rich on the outside. And Carolina Rich gets a narrow lead. Blue Lick Road is fighting back. Late close, Expensive Dude. But it's Carolina Rich. Kevin Sizer with win number 2,000, 155-1. Back in the winner's circle, it's Kevin Sizer and Carolina Rich. 2,000th win for Kevin Sizer. 3rd win of the season for Carolina Rich. 3-year-old son of Cam Best from Viking, bred by Falcon Almahurst, by John and Carol Williams of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Trainer is Paul Huffman. The winning driver, Kevin Sizer. Big milestone for Kevin Sizer in his return to Scioto Downs this season. His lifetime earnings just under $8 million. Kevin Sizer's mounts topped the $1 million mark in 1997. He repeated that feat in 1998, and he's well on his way again this year with over $750,000 earned already. Kevin Sizer, 2000th career victory. $3-4 exacta was $18.20. Try 3-4-7, $83.60. Here they are for the 9th race. The 1 is Wheat Collector, owned by Sturgill Pollock and Raider Bob Harper. 2, Joe Mars Griftar, is owned by Chancey Love with Kevin Sizer. 3 is Pebble Beach, owned by Richard Schultz and Brandon Piggott with Randy Tharps. The 4 is A-Bomb, owned by Chuck Grubbs with Brad Hanners. Number 5, Nobletown, is owned by Horner Racing Stables with Jeff Fount. The 6, Momentous Hall, is owned by Bainter and Thomas with Mike Wilder. Number 7 is Ever Easy, owned by Stevens and Nacero with Jack Daly, the substitute driver. 8-horse Fiddler's Fun, owned by Sam Bowie with Jody Essig. 9 is Mannered Quick Start, owned by Laverne Gales II with Adam Rucker. And the 10 is Tidal Surge, owned by Mike Campbell with Joe Pavia Jr. That's your field with 4 minutes until post. Full field of 10, straightening away in the backstretch. There they go. They're off and pacing. Wheat Collector is out fast from alongside is Joe Mars Griftar. Way out wide is Ever Easy. Pebble Beach and up close 4th. A-Bomb is 5th. 3 deep is Mannered Quick Start in 6th. Nobletown settles into 7th. Alongside is Momentous Hall, followed to the inside by Fiddler's Fun as they move to the top of the stretch for the first time. And it is Ever Easy who grabs command. Ever Easy opens up by 2. Joe Mars Griftar is 2nd, followed by Wheat Collector 3rd, 2.5 to Pebble Beach, 27 seconds flat. That explains the reason that they're spread out. 15 lengths cover the field as they pass in front of the stands, and Ever Easy driven hard to the lead. Ever Easy has it by 2. Joe Mars Griftar is 2nd, 2.5. Wheat Collector is 3rd, 2 back to Pebble Beach racing in 4th. Now that one looks to angle to the outside. Gives cover to A-Bomb, followed by Nobletown. Outside is Momentous Hall as they race around the turn of the half-mile pole. On the inside, Ever Easy now gives way on the outside to Joe Mars Griftar. Joe Mars Griftar takes over in 56-2. Heading up the backside, Joe Mars Griftar has it by 3. Ever Easy is 2nd. Wheat Collector looking to pass that one up on the outside 3rd. Pebble Beach underway from 4th. A-Bomb is 5th. Momentous Hall is in gear 3 deep in 6th. Between horses is Nobletown in 7th, followed by Mannered Quick Start and Tidal Surge as they make their way down the backstretch and into the far turn. And it is Joe Mars Griftar on top. Joe Mars Griftar 125-2. Moving to the top of the stretch, Joe Mars Griftar by 3. Wheat Collector is 2nd. There's Momentous Hall still 5 off the pace and 4 deep in 3rd. Pebble Beach, A-Bomb as they make their way into the stretch. It's Joe Mars Griftar and Sizer. They've got command by 4 lengths. Weed Collector is all out second. Pebble Beach tries to close with Momentous Haul. Here comes Nobletown up the inside. It's Joe Mars Griftar getting a bit leg weary, but has enough to hang on. Joe Mars Griftar, Momentous Haul, and Nobletown third. Joe Mars Griftar, 8-year-old son of Sturatros from Flana, Hanover, by Tar Heel and by Chancey Love. Trained by Chancey Love. Kevin Sizer in the bike. Third win of the season in 5 starts for Joe Mars Griftar in 1:56.1.
From off the rail, the one is Big Sky Country, owned by David Cooper of Sabina, Ohio, trained by David Cooper with Mark Winters, the driver. Number 2 is I Got It Honest, owned by Charles Autry of Cincinnati, Ohio, trained by Tommy Smith with Jeff Fout, the driver. Number 3 is Yankee Lahar, owned by Philip New of Waverly, Ohio, trained by Donald Barker with Kevin Sizer up. Number 4 is Wingswept George, owned and trained by Chuck Grubbs of Grove City, Ohio, with Brad Henners, the driver. Number 5 is Hurricane Bob, owned by Robert Chapman of Columbus, Ohio, trained and driven by Scott Mogan. The 6 Always Gone is out. Number 7 Holding It Together, owned by Randy Owens and Richard Bunting. They're both of Ohio, trained by Randy Owens with Mike Wilder. Number 8 is Mark Set Go, owned by Larry Fullen of Columbus, Ohio, trained by Adam Baroker with Randy Tharps at the lines. The 9 You Dreamer is out. And number 10 Burnin' Bunny, owned by W.O. Neer of Sedalia, Ohio, trained and driven by K. Dean Gillespie, is in the sulky. They're all fan pacing, middle of the racetrack. There goes Yankee Lahar, and Yankee Lahar is heading right for command. Right alongside him is Hurricane Bob. Down along the inside is Big Sky Country. I Got It On this to the outside, racing fourth there as they roll into the first turn and over to the opening quarter. On top of the field, that's Yankee Lahar and Sizer. Fronts it by 2. Hurricane Bob and Mogan to the inside is Garden Spot Trip racing third. Or second, rather. Up on the inside, racing third here is Big Sky Country. Coming away, racing fourth is Burnin' Bunny as they move by the opening quarter. The opening quarter came and went in a quick 27-2. Parmulating on past the stand for the first time, heading to the half, and Yankee Lahar leads it by 2. To the inside, that's Hurricane Bob. Up on the inside, Big Sky Country races third. Burnin' Bunny to the inside, racing fourth. Wingswept George to the inside, 5. To the outside, racing 6. That's Holding It Together. Down along the inside, racing 7th as they move into the turn and over to the half. That's I Got It Honest, and 8th and trailing the field here is Mark Set Go. They're at the half and 57-1. Into the payoff half they roll, and on top of the field with the lead here, Yankee Lahar, 4-year-old bay gelding by Life Sign, leads it here by a widening 3. Hurricane Bob to the inside is stalking in second. Big Sky Country up the inside is racing third, and Burnin' Bunny to the outside, racing fourth. Wingswept George to the outside, following that live cover 5th. To the inside, racing 6th, Holding It Together, 7th to the outside now as they move to the 3/4 mile mark of the race. That is Mark Set Go, and 8th and trailing the field is I Got It Honest, and 3/4 and 1:25 and 1/5. Midway around the final turn to the inside, Yankee Lahar has got away from this field, is opened up by 5. Turning to the top of Heartbreak Lane with a little less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come onto the inside with the lead. That's Yankee Lahar. He's fought off all challengers, looking to go gate to wire. The battle's on for second and third as they drive to the wire. It's all Yankee Lahar, the 4-year-old bay gelding by Life Sign in front. Finishing second, Big Sky Country. Wingswept George third. Finishing fourth, Holding It Together to the time of the mile, 1:55 and 1. Trackside of the winner's circle, the winner of tonight's 10th and final race. A gate-to-wire victory here. Number 3, Yankee Lahar, a 4-year-old bay gelding by Life Sign out of a Precious Yankee. She by Landslide. Owned by Philip New of Waverly, Ohio. Posting the 6th win of the 1999 campaign. Home a winner and a new lifetime mark of 1:55 and 1/5. Nicely handled here this evening by winning driver Kevin Sizer, giving him 2002 victories in his racing career. Win number 2002 for Kevin Sizer. Congratulations, Kevin. Your feature